everyone, this is In-Game Marks. We're doing another unboxing or breakdown of the demo. This is Lego Marvel Collection for the PlayStation 4. This collection comes with the Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2, as well as it comes with the Lego Marvel's Avengers all on one disc. Each game can be installed individually, so you can decide which one to install on your console, which is nice in case you want to remove one in case you're working with limited room on your hard drive. Nextly, there were no updates available since the making of this video, which is very nice because every game is fully up-to-dated with all the pre-release updates all on disc, as well as I checked and made sure that all DLC Season Pass content are all on the disc as well. There is nothing that need to be downloaded at all. It's all right on the disc. But if you do go to the store, the online store, to make purchases, the DLC content and Season Pass can still be bought. Do not buy it. You already have it. So just bear that in mind and don't accidentally pay for something you already paid for. So just bear that in mind. But this is the first time I actually ever really sat down and played a Lego game, to be honest with you. I never really got into these kinds of games because back in my day, when you never played in tied-in games, like games that were tied into movies or toys or products and everything, or TV shows, because generally, back in the heyday of back when I was gaming, most of them were not very good, or just a lot of shovelware. But coming to playing this for the first time, because I saw this collection, I'm a sucker for bundles, I had to try it out, and color me surprised. The Lego games were extremely fun. I've sat down and played a lot of it right now, and I just been enjoying it. The voice acting, the music, the gameplay is very rewarding, as well as just the amount of Lego pieces. As someone who grew up playing with Lego toys when I was a kid, and seeing all the Lego pieces and knowing them, and actually seeing how you could even actually make it if you actually had the real life Lego pieces, is just quite astonishing how well they did it. As well as how they represented the Marvel characters, and as well as introducing so many other characters that are not the main popular ones, which is very cool. Now, if you start from the Marvel, the first one, the superheroes, there are some setbacks to the game. Now, I did notice when I was playing it that the game has an auto-grapple move in the first one, which they rectify in the second, the Avengers, where you can just execute it by pressing circle, while the first one you just instantly did it, which is very annoying. I'm glad they fixed it later in the games. As well as that, switching between characters, which is the triangle button, they never fixed it, but it's really tedious at times. It switches to whoever you're the closest next to. So if you have like 3 people or 4 people in your party, you'll be finding yourself jumping between characters over and over just because you gotta make sure you're right by the person you actually want to transform to. It's a little tedious, and I think they could have done a little bit better job with this. I just was not a big fan of that. But the game has a good focus on 2-player gameplay, which is actually really cool as well, where you can play with offline on couch co-op with your family or friends or your wife or husband, which is, again, really good. As I said, it was very impressive what they did, and I'm quite astonished at how well they took this game. Like I said, I went through the old heydays when these kinds of games were just not something you would buy, and how much that has changed this day and age, like with the new Batman games and the recent release of Spider-Man. And now these Lego games, these are things you just never would have bought back in the day. And now they're like just the top guns of the game industry now, in terms of writing characters as well as story and everything. It puzzles me as a gamer of my day and age. But I do want to point out that sometimes it can be kind of hard to extinguish what you need to do as well as where you need to go and how to operate certain things. They do fix this later a little bit and later in games, but it can still be very confusing, and it should be a little bit more highlighted, because the game is generally geared towards children, and it's kind of weird how hard it is sometimes for me trying to figure out where I need to go and what I need to do, and this is something that's supposed to be geared for children. Even when as an adult, I'm having a hard time figuring out. I hate to see like a parent trying to help their kid trying to figure out, they're trying to figure out what to do. I think they could have done a lot better. They do fix it a little bit, but it's still present without all of them. Maybe it's just personally me, but it just seemed to be, they could have done a little better job on that. But as I said, for what this collection is and what you can get out of it, you can't pass it up. It was just a lot of fun out of this experience out of playing it. Again, with the first one, they were getting their feet wet, but when you get to the second one, as well as the Avengers, you can really see they really grind down and really learn how to approach it, which was really cool and well done. As like I said, with all the DLC and extra characters, with all the extra unlockable content you can just do in the game, it's just a lot of fun and a lot of time you can put into this game collection. I never bought the original first one, so I do not know if your save file can transfer over. I don't see why it would not transfer over, but I can't confirm or deny if it can. Sorry, I never bought them. This is the first time I ever had it, so. And I wasn't going to go buy the original first 3 games just to see if they could transfer the save. I would do that, but they're not necessarily the cheapest still on the market. I'm going to get them used anyway, but I wouldn't see how they wouldn't be able to transfer over. And if not, then you still got a massive collection here, and it's still worth your time if you're a complete collector such as myself. And this is, again, how a collection or a complete Game of the Year edition or so forth should be. It's weird to me that WB is the one who's really focusing on doing this, and they're like a film industry and everything. And you got game companies out there who are trying to give you redeem codes and everything like that. WB, you keep being awesome and releasing these bundle collections with everything on disc. You did a little wrong with the Lord of the Rings game earlier ago, but at least there were still physical copies out there available with everything on disc. Regardless, if you want my opinion, pick it up. Even if you're a little hesitant because it's a Lego game, trust me, it's actually a lot of fun and it's a little bit enjoyable. It's got good writing, good music. You've heard me say those same things all over again, but they're really true, and I love this game and I won't put it down. And I really recommend it for your collection. So I'll leave links down in the description for the instant copy, which I highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. Hit that like, subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you guys in my next episodes. Bye-bye!
Okay, let's jump. As soon as we're low enough.
Was he wearing a rocket pack?
You're kidding, right? He doesn't even wear a shirt. Okay, new plan. We jump now.
Drax, you must learn to look before you leap.
I did look. Then I leaped.